afternoon, South Africa. A very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Palisa Tembe, and indeed, we have reached another day, another week in December. I'm sure everyone is just in the festive mood, yabo? And of course, listen, when your destiny is written in the stars, no one in this entire world can stop you from reaching every corner of the universe. Miss Zozimbini Tunzi just got announced this morning as she became the newly crowned Miss Universe. Congratulations to her. Wow, what a moment. The importance of this moment cannot be lost on us at all. For every young girl, every woman out there, this win is especially monumental. Now, what a way to kick off our Monday on a high note. Now, we're fast approaching and getting into the thick of the summer season, and taking care of your skin could never be more important. So Sonia Booth joins us today to chat about her journey with eczema and how she's been able to take care of her skin. A little later, we chat to family therapist Talia Russell about how you can set positive boundaries for your children. Plus, both Sonia and Matthew Booth chat to us about their family life.
Dexeril is a complete dryness soothing and protection system, safe for daily use and suitable for all dry skin. Dry skin protection for the whole family.
Absolutely incredible moments leading us to this one here with Sonia in the loft. Now, did you know that according to statistics, it's estimated that 38% of the population suffer with eczema? Well, this unfortunately is the issue that over a third of the population deal with. From itchy, inflamed skin to bumps and rashes, this could be the daily life and make daily life uncomfortable, something that is seriously needs to be managed and taken care of. So we have Sonia Booth in studio to chat to us about her struggle with eczema and how she manages to keep her skin healthy and hydrated. Welcome to the loft, Sonia.
Thank you for having me, Palisa.
Finally, I think a lot of people just want relief, and a lot of people want help with eczema. I can only imagine the discomfort. How's your journey with eczema been? When did you find out that, hey, this is something not normal?
I was okay until I fell pregnant with our last-born son. So I think my husband is partly to blame for that, because if I had not fell pregnant with our second son,
who knows?
I wouldn't have any issues with my skin, or perhaps they wouldn't, surface. But that was back in 2008. I started getting itchy, around the inside of my elbow and behind the knees as well, and also around the neck area, particularly when it gets really, really hot, and specifically when I come to my husband's hometown, Cape Town, Fish Hoek to be exact, which happens to be the eczema valley. They call it the eczema valley because apparently there's high incidences of people that experience eczema or have eczema outbreaks in the valley. So yes, it's thanks to Matthew Booth.
You're just like, thanks, my love, I love you, butter. Wow, this is uncomfortable.
No.
So for yourself, it started to show itself. Was it a rash or was it just inflammation?
In inflammation, you don't see redness where, a black bone is concerned. But very uncomfortable, and you can't resist the itch, which exacerbates the problem. I mean, it's like the worst thing you can ever do when you're experiencing eczema is to scratch, because then it starts to bleed and then it becomes uncomfortable, and then you try and swim in the ocean, salty water.
Oh, and it stings.
Disaster.
Oh no, that does sound like quite a nightmare, and I'm sure your life had to change in certain ways. Of course, your skincare routine and regime changed. How did that start looking like, and how did you try fix the problem?
At first, I mean, this was back in 2008.
Yeah.
My father-in-law actually gave me what he considered a secret, oatmeal.
Okay.
To put oatmeal in a sock and to immerse it in the bathtub and to actually soak in it, for 20 minutes or so. But then Dexeril came along.
Dexeril came along. So from an old wives' tale, something that people grew up with and trust, you have a trusted brand that came through as well and was able to take over then, essentially.
Yes, because now, remember, that the oatmeal was just to actually just bath in it. I mean, it doesn't have soap properties on it.
Yes.
So you couldn't really say I'm bathing in oatmeal. So with Dexeril, I use it from head to toe to remove my makeup, but it's for the whole body wash. So you don't even have to worry about you know, applying it around your eyes when you're trying to remove makeup. So it's literally head to toe.
100%
And then
safe.
the lotion or the emollient you can actually just also apply, and it, I mean, look at
look at you now. So we didn't see, have you seen eczema running in the family at all? Is this something that's hereditary, or just you the first one when it came to this pregnancy?
Mama.
Oh, ma.
Blame it on Mama. So she has it really, really bad. Her outbreak is from the top of her skull right down to her toes.
Yeah.
So it is hereditary.
Okay.
And unfortunately for our eldest son, I passed it down to him. And he actually has an outbreak now, because we arrived in Cape Town on Friday, and believe you me, on Saturday, we already started seeing the outbreak around his neck.
That is crazy, but I'm sure this also can affect you in terms of like your confidence as someone who is in the spotlight, as someone that people do look up to. How did this affect your confidence, and how were you able to kind of navigate around that?
You know, for me, brand Sonia Booth is all about, you know, the entire personal brand. I mean, first of all, is the physical, you know, appearance. You know, people need to see that I take care of my body and I take care of my skin. So if I'm having any outbreaks, it plays up on your psyche, it plays up on your emotions, it plays up on your self-confidence and self-esteem as well. So on those days where I'm having outbreaks, I really do not want to leave the bedroom, let alone the house, because it really is uncomfortable, and especially, you know, with high humidity percentages,
yeah.
You can really be miserable, and you know that immense heat is not helping. You know, the
uncomfortability of it.
The high temperatures are not helping the situation. So for me, it's really just to contain it with products that I know work, and I know that tomorrow I'll have some form of relief.
Relief, yeah. And it's not realistic to lock yourself up. I mean, no one can live like that. So we definitely need something that is trusted, something that's healthy, and of course something that works, essentially.
Remember, with eczema, it's about hydration. So Dexeril, it's a deeply nourishing and moisturizing product. I mean, like I said, I'm sure you can see my skin is glowing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
So,
no dryness on your body right now.
No dryness. And eczema and dryness,
marriage.
But you can't have dry skin.
Oh.
It just makes the situation worse. And when the skin is dry, that's when you want to scratch the most.
Okay.
So with the products that I'm using now, thanks to my sponsorship and ambassadorial duties with Dexeril, you know, they make sure that I've got enough supply to make sure that I don't have any outbreaks.
Yeah.
As you can see, I've been in Cape Town for 5 days now. I think.
Yes, almost a week now.
Yeah, almost a week, a few days, and touch wood.
Touch wood. No, with Dexeril, you are sorted, girl. Thank you so much. We have you throughout the show, though, because you've already touched on your darling sons. We want to get into that parenting role and, of course, the dynamics in your household that are so interesting to kind of observe as an outsider, but definitely do not move a muscle. I'm looking forward to picking your brain on that.
Awesome.
Thank you. Now, with 20 years of expertise in the treatment of dry skin in children and adults, Dexeril is the obvious choice when it comes to healing and keeping your skin feeling supple and hydrated. Now, we're giving one lucky viewer a chance to win a Dexeril hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. All you have to do is SMS the keyword skincare to 33650, and you could be one of our lucky winners. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za. Family therapist Talia Wrestles joins us after the break to talk all about setting positive boundaries and making sure you stay tuned for that, especially with family time coming up this festive season.
Dexeril is a complete dryness soothing and protection system, safe for daily use and suitable for all dry skin. Dry skin protection for the whole family.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and I hope you're having a fantastic Monday afternoon. Now, we have family therapist Talia Ressels in studio today to speak to us about the importance of setting healthy boundaries for your children, especially around this festive season. We're also joined by Sonia and Matthew Booth. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Talia, we're always picking your brain about all things, but today it's about parenting, and of course, it being Mommy Mondays, girl, we need all of the advice we can get.
And school holidays, so we're with the kids full time.
We're with the kids full time. There's no break, but it's okay because family time is important. So what is the importance of setting boundaries?
Well, I think what we have to remember is that boundaries are actually something good. You know, I don't want parents and families running like army camps, but you know, you don't want it that regimented, but you also don't want no boundaries because boundaries are what provide children almost the edges that they know. Think about it for your job. If you didn't have a job spec, you know, and what they want, what your bosses want from you, how would you know if you're doing a good job? How would you know where to go?
Yeah.
And boundaries in parenting, they provide a nice container for children
Absolutely.
to know what is expected of them and how they should behave.
And how do you kind of navigate the boundary space personally for yourselves and, of course, lending it to the kids?
I think with our kids, we've got an 11-year-old and a 15-year-old, so
Wow.
we certainly need them. I think it's more along the lines of responsibility.
Yeah.
So we give them some leeway, for example, a PC in their room, and then we see how they treat it.
Okay.
And then we don't allow them to get into a comfort zone. So we'll often jump in and check their history, or say,
Nice.
listen, you know, we want to check your
Keep them on their
your phone,
toes.
so that they don't get into that comfort zone and get up to any sort of mischief.
And Sonia, what are some of the, I guess, negatives of not having boundaries?
I mean, it would be a recipe for disaster if you did not have boundaries. I mean, you know, the main responsibilities of a parent is to support and guide. So if there were no boundaries, I mean, I'm not sure how you would run the household. You know, in Zulu, we would call it Makitas Began. It's like everyone is just doing, you know, for themselves. There'd be no order. You know, you wouldn't know, nobody would know who the father, the child, and, you know, you cannot run a household like that.
And Talia, as a family therapist, what's your take on this?
Well, I mean, Sonia's spot on there. When the power dynamics are all over the place, or the power's lying with the child, it's very confusing for them, and it's actually very scary. I think what parents and children often don't realize is that the things that kids want the most when they try and get that power, that they want to be the boss, they want to be in control, that actually scares them too much. That actually creates a sense of anxiety, because then it's like, oh my goodness, but I'm running the show here, and that's too much responsibility for them. So when the balance is appropriate, and again, back to, I'm not wanting us to run an army household.
Of course.
But where it is that the parents are the ones steering the ship, that provides a sense of calm for children.
Yeah.
Because without it, you get children who really cannot handle when they get into the real world, and the real world is not going to let them get away with whatever they want.
Absolutely. And what are some of the benefits do we see when positive boundaries are put in place? And what are positive boundaries? How does that look like?
Okay. So, I mean, a couple things that I want to say to parents, and myself as a parent, we can't get it right all the time. Like the expectations, I go for the 80-20 rule. So I'm doing it, you know, as well as I can, and maybe I let it slide a bit more in the holidays when it's full on with the kids. But I think if parents can remember about being consistent,
Okay.
and that is something, I know it's hard, I know you don't want to say no now, and you're tired.
Yeah.
But that is exactly what has to happen, because the child is going to push and push, and when you give in, eventually they just learn, okay, so I need to push 5 times to get what I want. So next time I'll push 6 times.
Oh, those little rascals. But I get it. As humans, that is just natural instincts. You want to push your boundaries. You want to see how far I can take this. I saw Matthew laughing when you were like, don't run it like a boot camp. Do you want a little boot camp in your household?
No, it's there's got to be hierarchy, I feel, and that goes hand in hand with the order that Talia speaks of, I think. But yeah, there's a fine balance between being dictatorial, you know, and getting it right. And sometimes I often joke and I say, you know, sometimes you just got to cross your fingers and hope because it's such a difficult job. You know,
Yeah.
and there's no guarantee how they're going to turn out.
There's
but-
no recipe. It's not like the kitchen where you
No.
just know you put this, and this together. It comes out like this most of the time. It's kind of like a free-for-all sometimes when you're trying to navigate the space of being a parent. I know, Matthew, you spoke about the ages of your children, 11 and 15. I mean, especially with the teenagers they're known to push boundaries. They're known to try it, you know. How do you then discipline and make sure that, you know, order is always kept?
Well, it's great difficulty, but I think myself and Sonia in a a better position to communicate more than per se a person who works 9 to 5 and gets home with very little time. We both kind of work from home, so we have a lot more time. So we're in a fortunate situation. But even then, to be able to sit down and know exactly what to say, it's very difficult. And you know, the way that we grew up is different, very different to the way that our 15-year-old is growing up. You know, we believe in face control, and we joke about it. But the friends that he brings into his house, that's a very important aspect to control. The group, the entourage that he hangs around with, we're very, very strict on.
And Sonia, I see you guys have very creative ways of keeping the boundaries in place in your household. How does that look like? And what's this face control that Matthew's talking about?
I mean, for example, we have a rule: we do not allow any sleepovers.
Okay.
So ideally, we don't want other people's kids to sleep at our house.
In your crib, girl.
We don't want to be responsible for them. We already have 2 that we have to be responsible for, and they're counting on us for that. So the reason we say no sleepovers is because, I mean, it could be a neighbor next door, and I'm going to say it. Your neighbor could be a pedophile. You don't know.
You don't know.
And even if we know the parents from school, we'll still not allow any sleepovers. So if we don't know the parents, if we don't know what they look like, if we've never bumped into them at the soccer club or at the park, and we haven't sussed their characters, and our son wants to go and play at their house, he knows the answer is no. So he's not even going to ask us. If they go to the park, it's okay. If they're at the club, at the soccer club, it's okay. But sleepovers, definitely not. And luckily, we agree on that from the get-go. It was a standard rule in our household. And if a kid arrives there, I mean, if our youngest is the most sociable, the 15-year-old, he's got very few friends.
Really?
He keeps his circle very, very small.
But you've got a little social butterfly in the 11-year-old.
Yeah, the 11-year-old, he knows everybody at school. He knows everybody where we live. So he will bring in a whole lot of different kids at the house. And I mean, it's something as simple as a child arriving there and they don't even greet people in the house. The minute they leave, I'll say to our son, the fact that your friend cannot even say hello when they walk into the house, that's a true sign of character. And we're not up for Best Parents of the Year award. We're not even going to try and contest that. But we look at the basics, you know, as a child coming from, you know, a family that's together.
Family,
together, you know, not what do they call it? The Addams Family kind of situation?
Yes.
No, so that's what we do.
We just like dressing them down, just sussing them out and giving them a once-over, you know, to find out their history and preferably to meet their parents as well. And then they're allowed entry.
And then the relationship builds from there. Well, the 3 of you are such a wealth of knowledge. Do not move a muscle. We're definitely going to pick your brain continuously throughout the show, and specifically at the end. We really appreciate it. Now, after the break, Chef Roo shows us how to make a custard trifle. Plus, we reveal the winner of the fourth winner of the LG competition.
Express yourself. Just relax, it's just us two. Just do you.
Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, nothing beats the simplicity of a classic recipe. And keeping with our classic Christmas theme today, we all know that trifle will definitely be making its way to the tables of our Christmas feasts. A classic ending to any meal, thanks to the creamy taste of Clover Classic Custard. To get this recipe, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Indeed, a classic when it comes to this time of year. Festive seasoned out. Welcome to the chef room. Welcome to the chef room. No, we're about to have fun here because this is something that is sweet that I'm so keen to make.
Right. So I have so many memories of eating and making trifle. So we're going to show the viewers two ways of making our trifle.
Okay.
The first one is where we've got our pineapple pieces, and we're just going to assemble them into our container here.
Oh, going around
to make a pattern.
Okay.
Right.
Nice, okay.
Right.
And of course, you know, sliced pineapple is just a staple as well when it comes to a trifle.
Definitely. So you can use all different types of flavors for our jelly. You can even use pineapple jelly. This one we've got a raspberry jelly.
Nice. Okay, so you can kind of play with this recipe the best way you like.
Yes.
Whatever flavors you enjoy, add that into your trifle. I see here, this looks like a nice fruit cocktail-y mix of a jelly. It looks so, so good, so decadent. That color on it is spectacular.
So we've mixed different flavors here to go with our cocktail classic theme. And so this is it's been in the fridge to set, so it's a little bit halfway there. So this is another variation where you can add your pineapple or fruit pieces to an already set trifle.
Kind of do that at the end.
Yes.
Okay, stunning. Okay, nice. So basically we're playing here. I think for myself, this is the easiest way because it's fuss-free.
Yeah.
You know, you're not getting your hands dirty in the kitchen. But if you're not afraid of a little bit of getting down and dirty in the kitchen, this is also the best way to kind of put this recipe together.
I like this way because it's also a good way so you can see where you're placing things exactly and how it looks.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Next, we're going to add our fruit cocktail to our jelly. You can just spoon that in.
And this is also just that convenient, already canned fruit cocktail that, you know, every household has, I think, this December. But if you want to chop up your fresh fruit yourself, go ahead, get stuck into all the work of it all because, of course, the more love you put into a meal, you can just taste it.
Yeah, this is a convenient way to just incorporate all the fruits once you've got them for your trifle. Next, we're going to top our trifle with some custard, classic custard.
Yum. And, of course, we've got the vanilla flavor here. I love it.
You can just pour to your heart's delight.
Oh, love that. I love that. And you know, my favorite part of Christmas is that when the custard is finished, I just cut open the box and then I sit with the spoon in front of the TV and I'm just enjoying my custard straight out the box because we will not let any drops go to waste.
And don't you just love that it's already made, so it's to the right consistency. You can just pour it in and serve it.
It's winning. Just a winning recipe. Okay.
Next, we've got some fresh cream that we've whipped up.
So this is essentially, Chef Roo, creating those layers of the trifle.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's just creating the basic layers, and then we're gonna top it off with some fruit cake.
Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, fruit cake also standard, every household.
Standard.
You know you have this. What I love about fruit cake is that it doesn't go off.
It
I don't know, is that true? Like, it will last in your fridge forever.
It does keep for a long time because remember it's saturated with a lot of spirits, so different types of alcohol. So it's a good way to incorporate some flavor. Usually people use different types, sponge cake or whatever type of cake you have, but fruit cake is a nice twist to it because you've already got it for Christmas anyway.
Absolutely, it's there, you might as well use it, right? And also mince pies, I love these. You just warm it up in the microwave and you enjoy. But today we're enjoying it differently.
Yes, we're just gonna crumble it all over our trifle. Ooh, some gooey mess right here.
I love that though, and it crumbles quite easily. It's not a difficult, you know, kind of thing to put together.
Okay, and you want to add another layer of the custard.
Oh, okay. Doubling it up.
Yes, doubling it up until we get to the very top.
Okay. Oh, and then you just keep building.
You keep building.
doing
As you
it.
can see, the layers will move down
Because of the heaviness.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Then
Whilst
we'll
you're adding
top
that,
it
I'm
with
going to add
some
some
cream.
chocolate. You know I love my
Please do.
gold dusted chocolate balls. These are delicious.
Those
So
are
nice to
gorgeous.
snack on. But basically, you can add any sweet treat you like to this, really. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I would add more berries as well to add some variation to the dish.
You can
But
add some mint leaves, basil, whatever you've got lying around that you can top our trifle with.
delicious. This looks
Yeah.
really good. Thank you so much, Chef Rue. I'm going to be just taking this whole thing for myself and going to enjoy it in the corner. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. But just in case you missed it, here's a reminder of the steps.
Made with love by Clover. Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Santa Claus has made an early stop off to Afternoon Express because it's the time we've all been waiting for. Time to announce our fourth and final LG Inverter Technology giveaway winner. We've received over 360 entries. Incredible, guys. Thank you so much for getting involved. And we've asked you to tell us what some of the LG NeoChef features are. And here is some of what you've had to say. We had Carlette McFarlane who says, it has to be the even heating function. My turkey will be well cooked and grilled to perfection with a tasty grilling function this year. It'll look golden brown and scrumptious on that Christmas table. Definitely, that turkey sounds incredible already. We've got Kiyotepile Sephora who said, I love all the functions, but the 99.99% antibacterial Easy Clean is my absolute favorite. I'm right up there with you, girl. Makes cleaning so much easier. And Juliet Peters said, we are a large family, so 2 liters will make a definite difference when it comes to size. Stable working at my age, this is a must. A light 3 times brighter, dull with my eyesight, that's the cherry on top. Even heating, defrosting and cooking, clapping my hands with excitement, darling. Thanks, LG. This will be a star in our home. All of those great finalists, guys, I also appreciate those functions too, so we're just seeing eye to eye there. But our fourth and final winner has been picked. Drum roll, please. Woo! Congratulations goes to Nivesh Naidu. Now, Nivesh Naidu said, easy to clean and temperature control for defrosting and cooking food is truly amazing. Truly an amazing giveaway. Congratulations, Nivesha! We've got Nivesha on the line. Girlfriend, how does it feel to know that you're going to be walking away with an LG stainless steel convection NeoChef microwave worth 7,500 Rand?
Oh my word, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you.
Wow, this. You'll never believe that my microwave just packed up like about 2 months ago.
No.
And I was actually about to buy one in the next week, and I can't believe that I won it. Thank you, guys. This is the best Christmas gift ever.
Well, timing is everything, absolutely. And I know you're definitely going to be serving up a feast using your NeoChef
Yes,
microwave.
most definitely.
So how is this going to help you? How is this going to help you? And what is your favorite thing about the NeoChef microwave?
I actually love the defrosting feature,
Yeah.
as well as the fast heating feature as
Yeah.
well. Because I have a family of 7 people, it's going to benefit us well.
Ooh.
So I truly, truly love it.
A large family with all the love possible. Congratulations. Send a shout out to your family. Happy festive season. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy Christmas.
you.
And enjoy your LG NeoChef stainless steel convection microwave.
You too. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, girl. Thank you for watching the show.
Thank you.
Gain peace of mind with an efficient laundry cycle. Feel cooler air, even at midday. Enjoy mealtime with food kept fresh all day long. Better inverter, LG Inverter.
As I said, we're in the mood and in the festive spirit, so we're giving away, and we encourage you to do the same. So as we spread the love, cheer and the goodness this festive season, we're on a mission to help raise funds towards a new Chalk home in PE. Our amazing guests are getting involved by making their pledges, and we're encouraging you to do the same. Every little bit counts. Girl, Chef Roo, we finally got you. It's your time. No one is walking out of Afternoon Express without putting a little some in this box.
Right.
What does this mean to you, and why is it so important to give back?
I mean, it's really important to make a difference. And since we are building a house, every little brick counts.
Yes, girl. So can we see you make the official pledge?
Yes, this is my brick.
This is your brick. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Chef Roo. Lalela, I've been putting in my bricks and laying the foundation, so I hope you should do the same. So make sure you pledge by SMSing the keyword CHOC to 33650 to get the banking details. You can also scan the QR code and find the EFT details on Back a Buddy website. For more information and T's and C's, visit www.backabuddy.co.za. Now join us after the break as we get into a roasted butternut and ricotta Christmas wreath. Don't miss out. Share the kind of love that saves lives. From December 2nd to 17th here on Afternoon Express, we're pledging towards a new Chalk home within Port Elizabeth. So join the NutriKids Chalk Festive fundraiser. I pledge. I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
And you can too. Using Back a Buddy to pledge, SMS CHOC to 33650 for banking details. Scan the QR code via Zapper or SnapScan and find EFT details on www.backabuddy.co.za.
Express yourself.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Join us on Afternoon Express weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. as we step into another incredible Crush goodness journey with Clover. Hashtag share the goodness.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, are you looking to share moments with family and friends this festive season? Well, tomorrow we're going to be making the most enticing trifle cloud with Moy's jelly. Yes, trifle cloud. Think of shortcake, jelly and custard smothered in a pink fluffy meringue. Delicious. Chef Puseletso Swart will be on the show in studio to show us just how. And if you want the list of ingredients, just SMS Moyes to 33650.
Join for Women by First for Women. And let's bring women abuse out of the dark and into the light. To get or pledge help, visit 4-women.co.za.
Today we move into the last 2 days of the First for Women 16 Days of Activism campaign, and we reflect on the last fortnight of First for Women shining a light on women abused by remembering some of the women we've lost, celebrating the lives they led, and making sure that this dark subject remains in focus, not just for 16 days, but for 365 days a year, every year, because remembering is not enough. I'm back in Johannesburg with the spokesperson of First for Women, Casey Rousseau. Now, we're back here to find out all things that are going down for the 16 Days of Activism campaign that they've got going on, and of course, their new program that highlights some of the issues that they found during research. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
Now, we have been highlighting and, of course, viewing some of the light projections that you have been running that pay tribute to some victims. What has the response been like?
The response to the First for Women 16 Days of Light campaign so far has been incredible from both the public and media alike. We've reached an incredible amount of women to date, and the feedback that we've received has been incredibly positive. So the fact that we are remembering these amazing women who lost their lives to women abuse, the fact that we are paying tribute to them, and the fact that this is representative not just of the women who are being featured in our videos, but of many women in South Africa is clearly resonating with many people in South Africa. But as much as creating that awareness is a must, we know that more can and must be done.
And what's the next step? Are you going to continue to shine the spotlight for 365 days?
Absolutely. Women abuse doesn't only take place during 16 days of activism, it takes place throughout the entire year, and as such we need activity the entire year to address this awful problem. We have already been fighting women abuse through the First Women Foundation throughout the year. To date we've helped over 90,000 survivors, and we've been able to raise over 70 million Rand for the fight against women abuse. But because it's such a multifaceted problem, it requires a multifaceted solution. So our foundation strategy, as proud as we are of the work that's already been done, we believe that we can rejig it slightly to have an even greater impact going forward.
And that's exactly what you're doing, everything new, everything fresh moving forward. So what's this new program all about?
Our foundation strategy has historically provided support to survivors of women abuse, and that is absolutely critical going forward, so we're not going to be moving away from that. We're going to be looking at how best to provide support to survivors, whether it be reporting the crime at a police station, whether it be through trauma counselling, medical assistance, assistance with prosecution in court, whether it be assistance at a safe house. We're going that will still be a very large part of our strategy. We're only treating symptoms of the problem. We need to start addressing the root cause and addressing the attitudes, the behaviours, the beliefs, the systems and the practices that all condone women abuse in South Africa. So the second part of our foundation strategy going forward will be a preventative component. We believe that education plays a very big role in addressing this problem, and as such we're going to be rolling out a social emotional based learning program at schools. We're going to be working with both boys and girls between the ages of 3 and 18. The program will also involve parents, teachers, caretakers, community members. What this program essentially in the simplest form is going to do, and I think what Nelson Mandela encapsulated so beautifully was when he said, if you can teach someone how to hate, you can teach someone how to love. So we're going to be working with children, we're going to be having a look at their self-esteem, their body issues, how they treat each other. And all of this we hope will culminate in a big change and a big shift in attitudes and behaviours towards women, and ultimately address women abuse.
Teaching love and spreading positivity is exactly what First for Women is doing, not only during the 16 Days of Activism campaign, but all year round. Thank you so much for having us. Remember, if you're in an abusive relationship and need help, or if you just want to help by supporting organizations that support survivors of women abuse, visit 4Women, www.4-women.co.za. Today's live projection pays tribute to Uyinene Mkhwetyana, whose death sparked a national outcry. She was beaten, raped and ultimately murdered whilst collecting a parcel at the post office. Viewer discretion is advised for sensitive viewers.
Remember the woman we lost here, the young student who met her violent end here. Her name was Uyinene, lured into her killer's lair, unsuspecting and unaware, a sacrificial lamb to the slaughter. The nation lost yet another daughter. Of all the places she'd been warned about, the post office wasn't one. Remembering is not enough. It's time to shine a light on women abuse. Get help or pledge your support now at 4-women.co.za.
Very important work that we're seeing First 4Women do. We definitely do champion their cause. Tastemaster finalist Nakara Ramdale is here today to show us how to make a beautiful roasted butternut and ricotta Christmas wreath. Now, this is definitely going to be a showstopper on your table this festive season, and it is easy enough for you to try at home. So welcome to the Loft, girl. If you want to try this recipe at home, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650. SMSs are charged at R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Now, Nakara, you seem to have so many tricks up your sleeve. I mean, we saw it on Tastemaster, and you're doing it again here in studio. What inspired this recipe?
So, I mean, of course, sticking with the Christmas theme, I mean, such an important decoration is the Christmas wreath.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked up the meaning behind it, and it was so beautiful. So I said, okay, let's kind of incorporate it. Let's make an edible decoration.
Stunning. This sounds really, really good. Okay, so what do we need to try this at home?
Okay, so first we can roast our butternut.
Okay.
So we just need to drizzle some olive oil.
Delicious. I mean, this looks really, really good, and it's so easy to try. Of course, we're making a vegetarian meal here.
Yeah, so, I mean, you always think, what do vegetarians eat on Christmas? I mean, we're having turkey, gammon, whatever. So it's kind of like, what do they eat? So we're just going to sprinkle some cinnamon and nutmeg.
Okay.
And then here I've got some sage. Sage and butternut goes so well. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It's like one of those combinations.
A marriage made in heaven.
Yes.
Same WhatsApp group. I mean, my mom right now should be taking, you know, a lot of notes because she's vegetarian. And every time we visit the family over Christmas, she always has to get her own scuffed in. Like, she'll make her own Tupperware and go along with it because she's like, hey, everyone's going to be eating meat. And also, you know, it's so finicky in terms of how you prepare your food. So this is definitely something for everyone to try at home while you're vegetarian guests.
And I mean, it's so versatile. You can put whatever filling you want. Obviously, today we're doing our roasted butternut, which I just popped in the oven.
Okay.
And now we're going to do a ricotta cheese and spinach. So I've already got my spinach cooked. Now we're going to add in our ricotta cheese.
Nice. Okay. And what is it about these flavors that just make it a marriage made in heaven? I mean, this sounds really, really good.
I mean, the butternut, it's quite a strong flavor, and then you've got the ricotta cheese, which is so soft. You know, so it's like a marriage of the two. We're gonna also add in some Parmesan in here, so that's a bit of a harder flavored cheese.
Yes.
It's more pungent.
It is. Oh, and that smell is delicious.
Oh, I know, it's beautiful.
Okay.
So
you're just basically meshing it and adding it, mushing it all together, making sure that spinach is definitely coated in cheese. I love that. This is stunning here. And here, I see you also have some seasoning.
Yes. So we can pop some black pepper.
Oh, salt and pepper in there.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the experience been like on Tastemaster? Spill the tea. We want to know.
Oh, girl, there was a lot of tea.
Yeah.
You know what? It was a good experience. It was something definitely out of my comfort zone, but you know, I grew from it. I learned a lot, which was the most important thing.
But you seem like such a natural, not only in the kitchen, but in front of the camera. I mean, for yourself, walking away from the experience, what are some of the lessons and memories you're going to hold dear?
Oh, goodness, so many lessons, I have to say. say.
Yeah.
But memories, you know, it's just being able to do what you love. And I think that was so special about the experience. You know, I just love being in the kitchen. I love sharing my love for food. So
Yeah, with
that was the
everyone.
most important thing for me at the end
I'm
of the
glad
day.
you got that opportunity to do so as you are here today. You've got some more ingredients here that you want to add to create that wreath.
Goodness, this is good. So we just did our spinach and ricotta, and now we're going to do our pastry. So basically, you take your puff pastry, cut it in a bit of a circle.
Okay.
I'm going to pop a smaller bowl and just make an indent.
Nice.
We're not going to go all the way through. It's just to create that little circle.
The shape.
Yes.
Okay.
So now, because we need to wrap this around, okay, so we're going to just cut little triangles. It's almost like you're cutting a pizza.
Nice. Okay.
So we're just going to do 8 triangles.
Okay. And then as you're creating it, would the ingredients go around the edge?
Yes, so we're going to pop the ingredients here and then just...
Essentially fold it over.
just
Okay,
fold this over.
Let's assemble this.
So, no, wait, let's put...
Oh, you want to
yeah,
put
let's
some
put it...
of
This is
that.
our cooked butternut.
Okay, nice.
Perfect.
Let me add this. Okay, so you can basically just go ahead and, girl, let's just start adding these flavors. Let's start mixing this all together. And essentially, hopefully, it'll end up looking as good as the one that you pre-made for us. I mean, that looks so delicious, so decadent. How else can people enjoy this recipe?
Oh, you know what? You have... like, you know, you can put anything in it.
Whatever
it's
filling I guess
basically
you have.
pastry. You can even do a dessert version. Maybe pop some Nutella, pieces of chocolate.
That
you want to do a
sounds really,
meat
really good.
filling. Oh, you know, it's honestly
It's what
up to
you
you.
make
Yes,
it.
it's what you prefer.
Okay, nice. Okay, so whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to... Okay, essentially, our viewers get the point.
I mean, it's a really simple and easy recipe, so we just pop that over. Okay, then I'm going to brush some butter so that the pastry cooks well.
Oh, I can see. And then you add these little tomatoes.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Okay. I can see the tomatoes have already gone in for the oven because they seem a little brown, a little cooked through there. Okay, nice.
Perfect.
And of course, you're adding the butter to add that brown color.
Yes, it just helps the pastry to have that nice, even golden brown crisp on the top. Okay, perfect.
And how long does this need to be in for? And what kind of does the baking?
It just depends on
look like?
size. Something like this would take maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, on 180 degrees standard, so.
Super, super chilled. Thank you so much. It comes out looking very, very delicious. We've got our edible flowers here.
Just decorative elements. We have to make it look pretty.
The Christmas cheer. You bring it up in your face. Thank you so much for coming
having
through.
me.
I'm so glad to have met you. And of course, to taste your food. That's what's most important.
Yes.
Now, we just love this. And your vegetarian family will definitely appreciate the effort. If you love this as much as we do, simply SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650 and you'll be sent the recipe and the ingredients list. SMS are charged at R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. And don't forget, for some more festive recipe inspiration, get your hands on the December issue of Taste Magazine. Join us on the couch as we wrap up the super informative conversation today with our guests on the couch. See you after the break.
Together we will fly. Just relax, it's just us two. Just do you.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express as we wrap up this incredible conversation about setting positive boundaries with your kids this festive, silly season. We've got, of course, Talia Ressels, who is a family therapist, and then we've got a gorgeous couple, Sonia and Matthew Booth, who are going to just give their little tea on how they keep their folks in a very straight line during the festive season. Now, Talia, any advice for mothers, of course, young mothers, old mothers, any parent at all who needs to kind of instill some structure in the household?
Well, I think that over this holiday period, we don't want to let all rules go out the window. Yes, we can, you know, have a little bit more flexibility with school not happening, but I think it's important to still keep some level of structure. And I encourage parents, pick your battles. Pick those and then stick to those. That's what I'm saying about being consistent, you know, being firm about and following through, because we didn't even mention that, which is so important. Don't threaten and threaten and it never happens. So you've got to follow through on your consequences.
Why is it sometimes difficult for parents to do that follow through?
Because we're exhausted, because sometimes we speak without even thinking, and actually we don't want to follow through on the consequences. It's a punishment for us. But that's why I encourage parents, think about the ones that you want to target, the behaviors that are not okay, and then you can stick to those. But if you're picking everything, of course you're not going to be able to.
You're going to get tired. Exactly. I mean, for yourselves, as the Booths in the Booth household, how does Christmas look? And of course, this festive season, what are we going to see happening?
I think spending quality time with them.
Yeah.
I think we all live busy lives, so this is a perfect opportunity. And then, especially, don't forget about yourselves as well, and spend a bit of time as a couple, all by yourself, just to refresh. And I think, just to recap on consistency, you know, check the entourage and the company that they keep. I think that's extremely important too.
Nice. And from yourself, Sonia?
Plan, stick to the budget. Because January is coming, school fees, school uniform.
January.
Yes.
Okay. So plan, stick to a budget.
Yes.
And have fun.
Have fun, absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming through. Of course, I've learned from each and every one of you. Of course, I don't have a child, but I think that this is something that you can use with nieces, nephews, in the family, of course. Let's help each other. It takes a nation to raise a kid. So we definitely want you to definitely hold each other and support each other. Now, tomorrow, we've got a very exciting cook-along show because we have TV personality Lona Maseko in the studio. We're excited for it, and thank you so much for tuning in, making my day every day. Good night and God bless. Happy eating.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.